What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. As beer and whiskey drinker Johnny Cash used to sing, I went down, down, down into a burning ring of fire, and those flames, they went higher. And the CEO of Bud Light is learning very badly that those flames, they keep getting hotter and hotter. And he is finally apologizing. Kind of. We'll see. Let's get into this article, ladies and gentlemen, to see if the CEO of Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch actually, the parent company, but all together here, is actually apologizing for the Dylan Mulvaney controversy. And I'm going to start by saying, nope, they didn't actually necessarily apologize. They're now distancing themselves from Dylan Mulvaney. Well, yeah, okay, that's similar to the way that I would like to distance myself from colon cancer. I don't want those things around because they will destroy me. And Bud Light is getting destroyed right now. 27% drop in sales, and their competitors are up 27%. What does that tell you? That people are switching brands. They're saying we can drink other crappy light beers and we don't need you and your woke trash. Anheuser-Busch CEO finally disavows Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light partnership and says it's not a campaign after the firm sent a letter to retailers blaming an outside ad agency for approving it without management awareness as sales crash 26%, as we just told you. Okay, so what happened? Bosses at Anheuser-Busch claimed the partnership with Mulvaney was not a formal campaign or advertisement, that their former chief creative officer branded the decision to work with the trans influencer as a calamitous mistake, and it comes as the company reported not bad earnings for the first quarter, but that doesn't really encompass the boycott. So let's see what happens next quarter. The CEO of Anheuser-Busch has unceremoniously disavowed Dylan Mulvaney, insisting that it is not a campaign. As the letter to retailers says, it was just one can. So what happens is they held a panic attack meeting with retailers saying, my God, we've destroyed our company. Now the retailers, the Bud Light people who distribute the actual product, people don't walk up to the distillery in St. Louis and go, hey, you got some Bud Light for me? People go to their local package store, their local grocery store. Those places are privately owned. They can decide to not stock Bud Light anytime they want. They can go, hey, like John Rich told us the other day, no one's buying Bud Light, so I'm going to swap that keg out with something people will buy. It's all about making money. And guess what? John Rich runs the most popular bar on the Nashville Broadway Strip. And there's a lot of people that run very popular sections of their grocery stores, the beer aisle, and they want that product that sells. They don't want products to just stack up day and night like we see all across America. Global boss Michael Dowkris addressed the mass backlash over working with Dylan Mulvaney for the first time in an earnings call with investors. Dowkris told investors that there was misinformation spreading on social media about the company's team up with Mulvaney. He added that the company is providing direct financial support to the frontline workers impacted by the boycott. These are people who base their entire lives on Bud Light and the product, and smart people making decisions in order to keep that product in the hands of consumers. And, they failed at that, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue to learn, meet the moment in time, be stronger, and work tirelessly to do our best. Bring people together over beer and creating a future with more cheers. Okay, where's your apology, pal? This is Mr. Michael Dowkris. Again, doesn't really look like a beer drinker. This guy don't look like, and he's wearing like a World Economic Forum pin. Yeah, I don't think so. The disastrous marketing bid has seen the flagship beer profits plummet 26% and tarnished their brand forever. So what's going on here? They're talking about how this happened inside of a letter, and saying that they didn't intend to create a political statement. In reality, Bud Light, the Bud Light can posted on social media by a social media influencer sparked backlash. The conversation was provided by an outside agency without Anheuser-Busch management awareness or approval. Since that time, the lack of oversight and control over marketing decisions has been addressed by the new VP that has been appointed. Bud Light's Alyssa Heinerscheid took a leave of absence, along with brand manager Daniel Blake. Oh, interesting. This is very, very interesting. So they're saying that an outside agency, well, what's the agency? We need to know. What's the agency? That they approved somebody putting Dylan Mulvaney's face on a can? Hold up. I wouldn't even know where to begin. If you were to come to me and be like, hey, Benny, I want my face on a can of Bud Light. I'll pay you for it. I wouldn't even know where to start. How could I even do that? This is some sophisticated level stuff here. How are you going to get a face on a can of Bud Light? How? How would you do that? You need approval from the higher up. These people are liars! They're lying, ladies and gentlemen. Lying. In order to get someone's face on a can of Bud Light, in order to get this mug on a can of Bud Light, you have got to have some pull, okay? They don't just print commemorative can. Have you ever had a commemorative can of Bud Light printed for you? No, baby. They're liars. They're lying. They're blaming it on some outside agency. It ain't going to work. So here you go, another mewling non-apology. This is the first non-apology by Brendan Whitworth. Brendan Whitworth is the CEO of Anheuser-Busch. He also happens to be a CIA spook. That's right. Here's Brendan Whitworth's LinkedIn page, and here he is, an CIA operations officer. Well, what do you know? He was a CIA counterterrorism clandestine service officers operating out of Iraq, Tunisia, and Pakistan, specializing in the recruitment and handling of human sources. Oh, interesting. Like Dylan Mulvaney. Have you been able to handle that human source of pain and misery? Ladies and gentlemen, they're lying. Anheuser-Busch totally shit the bed with the Dylan Mulvaney thing. Yeah, okay. So what's going on here? Bud Light sales tumble 26% amid sobering Dylan Mulvaney backlash. Competitors see spike in beer prices. I like the Daily Mail because they have very interesting little graphics like this. So you can see, add these two numbers together, and you get that. So essentially, Bud Light has carved out more than a quarter of their sales. Quarter of their sales. Gone. Sayonara. See ya. And the CIA asset that's in charge of the company refuses to apologize. So let me make this very clear to you. You can give away all the beer you want. Anheuser-Busch gives away free Bud Light to make amends to distributors. But it ain't gonna fix the fact that no one's gonna drink your beer unless you get down on your knees, you grovel, and you apologize. How much does a case of beer cost? Here's DoorDash. Okay, here's $30, $36, $29 for a case of Bud Light. Okay? Case of Bud Light. $30. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is a Facebook post from a local Sam's Club selling it for half price. They cannot give it away. Half price. This boycott is for real. Here is a boomer at Bud Light at Fenway Park, and it is a dirty Southie accent, and he's like talking about how there's not a single can of Bud Light sold at all at the park, and you can see they're like stacked to the brim. Nobody's buying it. Nobody's even in line. Nobody's in line at all to buy Bud Light, and that of course is like communicated across the country in store aisles like this, where Anheuser-Busch products are literally having to be put on the floor and taken out of the cooler and placed on the ground, yet there are no Miller Lite products, there are no Coors products to be found. Got an idea for you, Anheuser-Busch. Apologize. You need to go out directly. Do like an address to the nation, an address to the beer nation, and apologize. Say that you disavow radical gender ideology and the harm that it's causing on our families, our nation, and that you are like so sorry. Apologize. That can begin the healing process. Till then, we ain't buying it. You can disavow all you want for your own personal private sake. This ain't about that. This is much bigger, and you're not going to win this one. So take the L, bow your head, get down on your knees, and apologize. We're here for it. It's your boy Benny, fighting to save America alongside you. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.